I think I finally got this. Oh, just giving a little bit of time for some folks to pop up. That's if folks gonna pop up. Giving this new whatever talk show a new spin on things. Well, just got a new show called Whatever Talk Controversy. See how this thing gonna go. Uh, it's extra late. I know you're hearing some strange music in the background. That's because I'm at work at a radio station and it's playing some I don't know what type of music it is. It ain't American music. Put it like that. It's some overseas music. You digging my Kingdom Hearts hat? Kingdom Hearts is one of the coldest games ever. I hope I could tell when people pop in, cause I've tried this live thing before and I couldn't tell if somebody was popping in and out of it. So I'm gonna give it a little bit longer before I actually get in to what the show was all about. Put it like that. To what the show was all about. It is 12:15 in the morning, Sunday morning. Extra late, but I'm doing the overnight shift up at the radio station, playing some foreign music, and I have no idea what the heck it's saying. Somebody actually called up here and requested a song around 3 or 4 in the morning last week, and I just straight up told them we don't accept requests on this station at this time of night. Because even if you would have requested anything, I'm not gonna be able to find it because I don't know how to read this stuff. So if you in here, just give me a little, hey Donnie, I'm in here. Or hey Donnie, how you doing? That's my Joey. How you doing, Rico Rico? Don't nobody in here know that except for me and you. Just give me a little bit longer. I'm just trying to get some work up some type of audience. You been alright though? While we waiting on some type of audience? You just may be my only audience. Now, answer this question real quick. If it's just one person in the audience, is it still audience or is it audient? I know that's probably a stupid question, but hey, I ask stupid stuff. I'm hanging in there. Got to get a new car, which I really need a car for my job because I literally drive store to store. And if I don't have a car, I don't have a job. So that sucks. But hey, I'm breathing. You're gonna have to research if it's an audience or audience, if it's just you here. I'm gonna hope for audience. My brakes are gone. And when I mean gone, like it's like negative 0.000% of it trying to stop the car. It has no effect at all trying to stop the car. And it happened to go out on the day that we get some serious snow. I'm watching the video of me saying this stuff right now, and it's like a huge delay, and it's kind of throwing me off. Like it's like a good 10 to 15 second delay, and I'm watching me speak my whole conversation when I'm done. You very well may be my only audience. So I'm just going to get started here in about another 30 seconds to a minute on what this particular show is all about. And I'm going to try to do it every Sunday or every Sunday and or any free time that I have, which don't seem to be a lot lately. You still up at Cedar Point? Does Cedar Point even stay open this late? You still here with me? Oh, you have been talking. It's just my computer had a delay on seeing the messages. Yeah, I hate autocorrect too. And what what make it so bad is I think my phone was programmed to be racist because for some reason it knows my ebonics. Like it actually tries to spell out what I say ebonically, and I'm like, come on, man. Don't know why people know these ebonics. They didn't. But I'm just going to get started. It seems like it's just you here for now. Maybe some other folks will come in and give you a little quick synopsis on whatever talk controversy, which I think is a very strange spelling of a word. I think it should be pronounced controversy, not controversy. I don't know. But you know what? Now that I think about it, the word troll, as in troll, the trolling the internet, that could possibly be what is. I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, the show is about controversy. So I'm gonna bring some serious stuff into this conversation. But by it being the first episode of whatever talk controversy, I'm gonna start things off a little light. Like my question is, what qualifies a Christmas movie to be an actual Christmas movie? Now think about that for a sec. And I don't mean like an obvious duh of a Christmas movie, like Home Alone. It's obvious. It's a Christmas movie. What I mean, I'm tired of hearing movies like Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie. I think people have a misconception conception on what an actual Christmas movie is. At least what I feel a Christmas movie is themed around Christmas. Just because you watch a movie and a couple of scenes happen to be on Christmas Day, that don't make it a Christmas movie. It just happened to be Christmas at the time period in this particular scene of this movie. That don't make it a Christmas movie. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Just because it came out in the month of Christmas, that don't make it a Christmas movie. Just because they had a scene and they had a party and it was Christmas time, that don't make it a Christmas movie. It just happened to be Christmas in this action movie. The movie had nothing to do with Christmas. It wasn't themed around Christmas. It spoke of Christmas, but it wasn't themed around Christmas. So to me, that don't make it a Christmas movie. I came across a new one today that I never even heard of all these years. I always heard about Die Hard being a Christmas movie, but I never felt it was a Christmas movie. I just found out people were talking about Batman Returns, the original Batman movie with Michael Keaton. Keaton, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Anywho, Batman Returns was a Christmas movie. No, Batman Returns was not a Christmas movie. It just had a Christmas day in the movie. I was like, I don't know what people be thinking about. Like, well, you can't know what people be thinking about. It's like, wow. There's so many things that is not a Christmas movie. I mean, so many movies that is not a Christmas movie. Like me and the wifey had a conversation about this. And yes, really, a Christmas movie. Is my phone white? No. My phone is black. Where'd that come from? Oh, because of the comment I made earlier about my phone knowing Ebonics. No, it's a black phone, but I think it was programmed by a white person that was trying to be black. And yes, Die Hard really is considered a Christmas movie. Here are some other movies that considered Christmas movies. Gremlins. Gremlins is considered a Christmas movie. No, Gremlins is not a Christmas movie. Don't get me wrong. Gremlins is supposed to be a horror movie, and there are horror movies that are Christmas movies, like Jack Frost, the original Jack Frost, not the is it Disney or Pixar animated, not that Jack Frost. The original Jack Frost when the killer snowman. That's a Christmas movie. It just happened to be around a murderous snowman. It was themed around Christmas. It was based on Christmas. To me, again, that's what makes a Christmas movie. Let's see here. What else do we have here? That freaking Batman Returns. Freaking, it's not Christmas. Oh, now this one really tripped me out. Trading Places. I don't know how many people know about Trading Places, but it's a very classic, one of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies. And Dan, I can never get this guy's last name. Dan Aykroyd? He's a Ghostbuster. I can never get his last name right. But that movie just so happened to have a Christmas day in it. I don't even think it was Christmas. It just so happened to be in the season that Christmas falls in, winter. and people think it's a Christmas movie for some reason. No, that movie is based and centered around a homeless guy. Well, these two rich guys that placed a dollar bet on these two cats' lives, made one guy life erased everything about him, and traded his rich life with a homeless guy just for kits and giggles. That's what the movie is based and centered around. It's not based and themed around Christmas. So again, Trading Places is not a Christmas movie. I think the action movie Reindeer Games is a Christmas movie with Ben Affleck and what's his name? Charles. What's that? How you pronounce his name? Charlie. Charlize. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I never seen that name before. The horror Jack Frost is hilarious. Yes, it is hilarious. Did you see part two? Very stupid, but of course not as better than the original one. Reindeer Games though. I have to see Reindeer Games again because I can't remember too much around it. But if I could recall right, it has some murder and some kills in it. And what's the movie themed around Christmas? And it happened to have some murders and killers in it? Or was it a murderous killing movie and Christmas Day just happened to be in the movie? Because if it's that one, then it's not a Christmas movie, in my opinion. It has to be themed and based around Christmas. Like the wifey and I was talking about Home Alone. Now it's about this kid that's being left home alone, self-explanatory, but it was based and themed on Christmas. Everything about it was Christmas from the start. Christmas movie. Excuse me. I'm not saying you're wrong about Reindeer Games. I just can't remember Reindeer Games. That's all. If I can't remember. I can't remember too much of it. If I could recall right, it was a decent movie, but I just can't remember too much of Reindeer Games. But you could be right. Let's see what else we have here that they thought was Christmas. Oh, here's a good one. Now, this one is kind of controversy of its own. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, I guess technically it's a Halloween movie, but at the same time, I guess this is like a 50-50 Halloween and Christmas movie. And because it's about this with a skeleton, who's all about Halloween. He's the king of Halloween, but then he picked up this new interest and fell in love with Christmas. So I don't know. That one is like a thin line right there. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with yeah, and I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with 50-50. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with 50-50. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween and Christmas movie, sprinkled with a little bit of Easter. Cause I believe the Easter Bunny was in there also. Like, did he kidnap the Easter Bunny? I can't remember or not, but I don't know. Which I don't call it Easter. I call it Zombie Day. I'm at the. Now that would be a good controversy episode right there. Easter has been changed to National Zombie Day. Let's see if we can find some other Halloween movies. I mean, Christmas movies. That's considered Halloween. I'm just baffled at a lot of this stuff that's considered Christmas movies. Like it, it's old, folks. It's old. Stop it with the Christmas movies being not Christmas movies. Jingle All the Way. It's not a Christmas movie. It's an action movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad with an action figure in it. Nothing to do with Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. I'm jabbing. I'm jabbing. Jingle All the Way is a Christmas movie. Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie. Okay, you didn't say that. I jumped to conclusions. I jumped to conclusions. Yes, I do dig me some Edward Scissorhands. Tim Burton does have a creative mind. I do dig his movies. I didn't care too much about. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I didn't watch all of Cara. Is it Caroline? It's like that claymation, kind of like the same animation as Nightmare Before Christmas. I can't remember if I watched all of that or not, but I can remember not being too into it. That's probably why I didn't watch all of it. But yes, I do dig me some Tim Burton. I do dig me some Tim Burton. Let's move on to something that's gonna hit hard. I wanted to start off light, especially from the title of the show. I wanted to start off light in this being the premiere show, and I have one audience that's paying me a piece of mind, and I do appreciate it. And Caroline, so I was right. I don't know. I do have it. I do have it on my. I think I have it on my PlayStation, on my station. So I will watch it someday, or finish watching it someday. I just never. It just never really caught my interest too much. Well, it never held my attention too much. But I give it another shot. Probably Christmas. But I hope you don't get too offended. But hey, I guess you kind of like ran into it, coming on a show called Controversy. So I guess you have no choice but to get offended at a lot of these things in the future, and probably right now. Let's talk about all these freaking molestations that's been coming out the woodwork. Now, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I have sympathy for these chicks and dudes that's being molested, being sexually harassed. I have sympathy because you are my fellow human being, and I most definitely sympathize with you. But I have very little empathy. Yeah, I have sympathy, but I have very little empathy because you're a grown person, and I'm not saying because you grown you can't be molested. Excuse me. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying what I don't understand. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand why you're not going to the cops. That's one. I don't understand why you're not going to the cops. Two, I really don't understand why you coming out with this stuff 15 years later, or in Cosby's case, 70 years later. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Cosby situation, I'm saying just leave the man alone. And I'm not saying he did or he didn't do it. I'm saying that's a whole nother show right there. And that's a whole nother show. I still don't feel like well, that's a whole nother show. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But these are the three primary reasons why I don't have empathy. You grown, you not going to the cops, and you taking, hold on, I gotta go answer the door. And I'm back. And I hope you still with me, Rico. Rico. I hope you're not taking offense to this. And I'm not saying those guys need to be let off the break either. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they need to be let off. I'm saying you a grown person. Why the cops ain't involved, and why you taking so freaking long to say something about it? This is something I would expect from a kid. Now we tell our kids all the time, somebody touch you in your no spot, you say something right then and there. You come to me, you come to your mama, you come to a trusting adult that you trust. Well, a lot of times it be the people that you trust, but at the same time, for the most part, you come to me or your mama and tell us what happened. If he touch you on your no, if he or she touch you on your no spot, you come tell us immediately, especially if it's without permission. That's the key thing right there. Without permission, forcefully. And we expect kids to, well, we hope kids will come to us if something like that happened, but they don't. They don't. Kids don't. Me, I expect kids not to come because it's like it's a reoccurring pattern that kids do not come to you, especially if you're the mom or the dad for some reason, because they go to friends first. That's just something stupid kids do. We all did it. We was all kids. We go to friends first, and that's if we go to a friend and say something, and then 31 years later, yeah, uncle or neighbor or whoever famous touch me, and it is now you are a grown person with grandkids, and now you choose to say something. That's something I expect from a kid. If you are already a grown person and you getting molested, and it's coming out of nowhere. Now I'm not again. It's coming out of nowhere. You a grown person. Stop that junk. Stop it. Stop it right then and there. You a grown person. There's no need for you to go sit there and go through this. And I know what you're thinking. You being too hard, or you really don't have sympathy for these people. I do. I do. I'm just saying, me. I'm a grown person. If somebody touched me on my no spot, and I sit there and let it, I'm not saying I'm asking for it because they're not asking for it if you sit there and let it, but you're not doing anything to prevent it from happening again or happening to someone else by just sitting there and not saying anything. Again, you're a grown person. Females, I know men are overpowering, especially, we're stronger physically. We can pin you down. And I understand that some of you will accept defeat in that moment. Accept defeat in that moment and just give in. But when it's all over and you don't go to the cops, that's what gets on my nerves. When it's all over, you just cry and cry and cry. I'm not opposing to you crying. I'm just saying when it's over, before that night is over with, The cops should be involved some way, somehow. Even if they don't believe you, the cops still should be involved. I don't get it. You're a grown person. You shouldn't be afraid of doing this. Now, my one audience has come in and has chimed in. She says, I feel a lot of people suffer from the anxiety of not being able to beat their case and people thinking they're lying because there's a lot of cases where rape and sexual harassment has been justified and people have lost their case, making excuse me, making that person look crazy. And then some people are embarrassed, such as men, because the society pushes men to not show emotions, or it makes them weak or gay. I'm torn. I'm torn with this, lol, because I understand your point of view. Okay, thank you for understanding my point of view. And yes, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right about what you said. But at the same time, I do feel that you not getting up and going to the cops in a timely manner, and to me, a timely manner is soon after. I mean, not a whole 24 hours should pass before the cops are involved. Again, whether they believe you or not, whether they make it a case or not, 24 hours should not pass if something like of this sort happens to you, in my opinion. Just because you're a grown person, and I do get the whole embarrassing part, and I do get the whole I'm a dude, I'm a man, and I get that. I get all that. That's why I say I have sympathy. I that's why I say that I have sympathy, but I just don't have empathy for those who just sit there and just let it. I'm not saying not let it happen, but just sit there for years, for months and years on down the road, and just now when somebody else says something, now I'ma say something. That makes you, to me, that makes you look like you just want a piece of the pot. Not saying they're trying to get anything out of it. I'm just saying what it looks like. Could it look it, with the Cosby situation? So many chicks came out the pot. A lot of them also came out the pot and said that they just was looking for some dough, and then nothing happened. And that right there also is the reason why your point is valid also, is because of you have people lying about this harsh crime of rape and sexual harassment when they nothing happened at all. And in my opinion, the people who lie about that, nothing happens, and they should be the one going to jail. If you lie about this, because you just almost ruined this person's life by saying they raped you or sexually harassed you, and nothing went down, and you confess that nothing went down, and or they found out that nothing went down, and you just go home and go to sleep at night. No, you should be behind them bars at that point in time. But I never hear about that either. I never hear about that. There's not one case I heard about a person who lied. I'm not saying there hasn't been one. I'm just saying I've never heard about one person that lied about rape or sexual harassment that got jail time. And whatever the person who was being accused of being raped, whatever time they was going to get, that should double for that person who lied on them. That's just me. That's just me. So, yeah. I wish I had some more people in here chiming in on this, but cause I would love to hear other people's opinions on this. Cause I mean, these things on sexual harassment rate, it's like 20 a day now. Man, it's like No guy, no guy in Hollywood is on the up and up. It's like if you a guy and you in some type of media or in the industry of the media, you a freaking rapist. What the heck? I just came across a recent case where a chick molested her best friend, which was another chick. And hold on, check this out. This chick who was the best friend, which again is a female, basically allowed her, even though she kept on saying, she said, both parties say the word no was never said. But the but the person who so-called was being molested also said they didn't show any force of pushing her off. So again, that falls on my point. I was trying to say, you a freaking grown person. I would understand this if this was a kid. If this was a kid, you don't have the strength to push this person off you, and or you don't have the you're afraid to push this person off you, but you're a grown person. Fight. Fight till you can't fight no more. Whether you male or female, or whether you male and male, or female and female. Fight till you can't fight no more. If you just again, I understand that you just give in because you don't want to get your face bashed in. I understand that, women. I totally understand that. But again, like I said, when it's all over, if 24 hours pass and you still ain't got the cops involved, you just made my list. You just made my list. But we got another. Rico has commented again. But you're correct. They need to go to the police ASAP. I remember growing up, this guy was popular in high school, tried to rape me, and I was scared. I scared to tell my family because how my family was towards me. I put an S on that, my bad. Toward me, especially my mom. But I ended up going to the police and they told me it was nothing they could do about it. Shaking my head. And I hate hearing that comment too from the police officers when people say that. It is a very hard thing to prove. It is a very hard thing to prove. It is, but that to me that falls under where you just gotta fight harder. You just gotta fight harder. And I get the whole, I'm tired of this, and I get the whole, he say she say stuff. But I commend you. I commend you for going to the police yourself. I commend you for that. That that's what I want to hear. At least you put your foot forward to go to the cops. I'm not even gonna ask you how what the time period passed before you went to the cops, but at least you went, and I commend you for that. Whether your family was going to do something about it or not, yes, and yeah, and I hear that a lot too. The cops can't do anything about it, and I'm like, I don't understand why you can't do anything about it. You can put a case on it. That's what you can do. It at least make the it'll make to me every cop when this happens, when they talk about they can't do anything about it, they should at least make the attempts to put a case on it. That'll at least make you feel good. At least in my opinion, it at least make you feel good for the moment that you have hopes of something being done about the situation. Now again, we know about the cops, and, especially in the D area. So yeah, this is. I know this is a very controversial topic here, especially with me. I'm just tired of hearing grown people being molested by other grown people and not doing anything about it. And going off the Hollywood part about it, because you only hear about Hollywood, you don't hear about Rico situation. You don't hear about that. You only hear about the Hollywood situation. Now, this point has been brought up, and I get it. I get it. Now, a lot of this a point was brought up that way. This is in Hollywood. I allowed this person to happen, or I allowed this person to do this, or I just gave in. Not allowed. I gave in just because I was scared of losing my. Oh, excuse me. I was scared to lose my job. You know, cause I really wanted to be in Hollywood. I really wanted to be an actor. I really wanted to be in the industry, and I knew this person had a lot of power, a lot of pull, and if I didn't give in, I probably could never work again. And I'm like, okay, okay, I want to be in the industry myself. I'm trying to make it in. I ain't saying in Hollywood, but I would love to get my show, whatever, taught, all forms, all variations of it out there and blow up. But I'm not about to give up my dignity for this. I'm not. I'm not about to sit here and let you poke me because I want whatever taught to blow up. Whether you a male or female, I'm not. I'm not about to give in and give up my self-respect because I want whatever taught to blow up. It's not going to happen. If it doesn't blow up under my own power, then maybe it wasn't meant to blow up. Somebody is listening to whatever talk. Somebody is digging what I got to say. Somebody has an opinion, negative, neutral, positive, about whatever talk. Somebody is listening. Now, when it blow up, it blow up. But I'm not about to sit here and let you molest me because I'm afraid that I'm not going to make it anywhere in the industry. That's what I have to say about that. That's what I have to say about that. To me, there's no excuse for anybody to go through this. There's no excuse. You're freaking. I just can't get over the. I keep saying it, but is I'm just. I keep thinking in my head like you are a grown person. You're a grown person. Again, this is stuff I expect from my kids to be afraid to say something. You know, I well, I'm not gonna say be afraid to say something because you could be growing and be afraid to say anything yourself, too. But I expect the kid to not say anything, not a grown person. I expect the grown person to hit the cops. You should. Two things should happen after this. If after something like this happens, with the hold on one sec. Gotta switch the tapes. That's right. This station still use tapes, cassette tapes. Wow. Oh man. But yeah, going back to I just feel like it should be, you know, that's something I expect the kid to not say. So oh yeah, I said two things should happen after this. If you don't tell the cops right away, the it should be like maybe one other person that should know is it's the cops and whoever is with you. You telling them what happened on the way to the cops. That's how it should go down, in my opinion. Is if you don't go to the cops right away, you go get help or you gonna confine into whoever you gonna confine into, but you confine it into that person on the way to the cops. That's how it should be. They need to stop it with this. stop it with this. Thank you, Rico, for participating in this first premiere of whatever talk controversy. It's hard to say that word proper. It's hard, especially if you're a black person and you grew up and you went to Detroit public school. You can't say words with controversy like right all the time. Hey, that public school education. But Rico has something else to say, and I want to say also, I thank you for being okay to say what you've been saying about yourself. Also, I think that's also commendable for you to come out and say that. Also, that is cool. And plus, I know you saying it to the world right now, but me and you have spoke before, so it's me. I guess you feel that comfortable with me. Hey, I'm cool. I'm cool like that. Cool like that. You can be that comfortable with me. You hear that, listeners? You can also be that cool with me. Tell me all your sensitive stories. I'm only gonna make fun of you one time. Rico has said there was this one case where this girl who was 18 was having a set. That was you messing me up. You already can't read right, and you messing me up with that sentence. Having a sex while her parents. You could be having sex. Having sex while her parents were gone, and got busted by her dad and cried rape. She was white and he was black. I already know where this is going. So you know how that ended. Oh well, you took the words right out of my mouth. He did a lot of time, but hold on, wait a minute, I lost my spot. He did a lot of time, but a very good loyal friend of his got one of her friends who felt terrible about what her friend had did. Told him that she had only told her dad that to save herself. Sound like a white person to me. To save yourself, that's a white person, from getting in trouble. So he got her friend to record their conversation without her knowing, and now she's doing time. Bam! How much time? Because that's what I want to know. That's the first case I have ever heard about somebody lying, crying rape, and it didn't happen, and that person got time. I hope she got double what he got sentenced, because to me, that's what that's for. That's you need that. You need double whatever the person you accused of raping you was gonna get. You need to get double that, because that is a very, very passionate crime that does not need to be lied about, and that's why you, Rico, had a hard time with the cops when you went to them about your situation, because of this person crying rape and nothing happened for real. It's exactly why it is so hard to prove a rape case. This is exactly why cops don't want to deal with a rape case, because that's that's what it really is. Cops don't want to deal with rape cases because there's so many lines. You know what? I'm not gonna say they don't want to deal. I want to say that, but I think that's a little bit too hard. But yeah, that's why. Because these lying chicks out here crying rape and then nothing happened for real. And it's terrible. You ruined this guy's life. Rape will ruin you, not only outside the house, but when you go to jail for rape, especially if depending on who you rape. Like if it's a kid that you rape and you went to jail, or or you've been accused of being raped and you went to jail, they ripping you apart in there. And I ain't talking about taking your arms, and they gon' what you been accused of, they gonna do to you in there. and you didn't even go and it never happened. You just ruined this person's life because you didn't want to get in trouble. God dang it. God dang devils. Man. I'm glad you shared that with me, Rico, because I needed to hear that one. How much do you know how much time the guy, sentence was served, my bad. You know how much time the guy served before he got released? Or did he even get released? You didn't mention that. Okay. But it was okay. Rico updated me on the statement I said earlier. I didn't want to know. I did how much time she spent before her rape situation. Because I said if it's 24 hours has passed, to me that is too long. If 24 hours passed and you didn't get the cops involved. She said, I know you said you didn't want to know, LOL, but I ended up telling you, I ended up telling the cops the next day. But I'm quite sure, well, I'm not going to say that. Was it, okay, the next day, I don't know what time in the day this happened. So the next day could have been only, what, 8 to 10 hours, 8 to 15 hours. I don't know. I don't know what time of day this was when it happened. So I don't know. It's crazy. I ended up getting in trouble with my family, shaking my head because they were scared I was going to tell on them. Now hold on, wait a minute. That right there just opened up something else. Now I won't elaborate on the something else if you don't want to continue with that, but you don't want to. They don't want you to tell on them. Imply something else. But I'm not going to elaborate on it if you don't want to elaborate on it. But I think she's going. I think she's doing like 16 years. Oh, this is going back to the statement that she mentioned earlier about the chick who lied on Brother Man. She's doing 16 years, and sorry about the butchering butchered sentence is autocorrect. Yes, autocorrect would mess you up. Autocorrect would get you alleged for rape. And you didn't even say that stuff. I mean, no, I never said put my penis in right there. I said, would you please put this right there? I don't know how my phone got penis involved in this. Autocorrect. I gotta stop using that. I don't like to text. At least type out the text. Because I don't believe I ain't got time to read what people be typing with their thumbs. So I use the voice thing. So all the time. I use the voice thing. I use the voice recorder all the time and send out the text. And I have learned to you must read before sending out any voice recording text. Because yep, I'll be the next one alleged for something. But yeah, this has been I think this was a good start. This was a good premiere. I'm gonna try to do this more often, this live thing. And Rico hasn't given me another update. He was charged with home invasion and rape. Wow. And he was doing like 20-year sentence. And now that's some bug. She need to still be in there right now. Meaning like he did 6 years. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she need to have 40 plus years. 40 plus years. Especially, I say the plus because of the whole home invasion. Oh, okay, well, yeah. If it's rape, it'd most likely be home invasion. for the most part. But still, man, yeah, nah. 16 years. Why she get 16 for lying about rape, and he get 20 for actually doing it? You know what? I just asked a rhetorical question. I know why he got 20, because he was black. That's why. And I hate to say that. I really hate saying putting a race card. But white folks, it is what it is. Black folks and you white folks know this. It is what it is. If he would have been white, he probably still would have got 20 years. But you know what? He wouldn't have got 20 years. He probably he wouldn't have got 20 years. Because they would have been like, I can't believe this white person would do something like that to another white person. I can't believe that. No. No, that's going real racist on my end. Nah. But for real, it is what it is. It is what it is. He got 20 because he was black, and she got 16 because, I don't know, she was white and a girl. I don't know. But it shouldn't have been like that. She should have got 40 plus years, and it shouldn't have took no 6 years to get him out. Because I bet you it wasn't 6 years after when the friend did all this. I bet you it wasn't. I bet you he did his whole PI stuff, private investigation stuff, way before 6 years arrived. But it took 6 years for them to get him out of there. Why? Because prison is a business. That's why they was trying to get at least 6 years of free labor out of that guy. That's why. That's why I have turned this into a whole nother show. I'm going to end this show. Thank you for listening to Whatever Talk Controversy. And I would love to hear your opinions when this goes up. And thanks, Rico, for joining the first episode of Whatever Talk Controversy. And I said it twice in a row without messing up. Controversy. You go 3 times in a row without messing up. I'm getting better at saying the word controversy. Oh man, I can't wait to the next episode. I'll probably go stop this and start up another one because I'm digging it. They didn't want me to tell. We got a last minute thing real quick. Rico. They didn't want me to tell the things that was going on. It was everything I told venting to you. Okay, yeah, I figured that. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that stuff. But yeah, I figured it was that what it was. Well, again, I appreciate Rico for sharing your point of view and for sharing your experience. And also, most of all, I appreciate you not being offended about this controversy. I can't wait till I offend folks, because that's going to be a blast of a show. Because you know when you get offended, it's you that's really doing it. Until the next time of Whatever Talk Controversy, whatever.